Hi, it's Shane here from ITTN, and I'm coming to you with another one of our ITTN coffee breaks. This time we're sitting down with Lisa Burton from Variety Cruises. So for those unfamiliar, Variety Cruises are kind of a boutique cruising product with their ships having less than 100 guests. So they're perfect for those that are looking to do something like island hopping around the Greek islands or other islands further afield. So stay ITTN switched on and tuned in to see how we got on. So Lisa from Variety Cruises, it's so great to finally sit down with you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
So we're really excited to hear about this kind of cruise product. Like, I suppose we're not that familiar with it in the Irish market.
Of course, I think it's quite new to a lot of people over in Ireland and the UK, to be honest, as well. So we're specialists in small ship cruising. If you want to go on a cruise that's destination-led, it's experiential, you don't want lots of passengers on board but want a real special experience, then Variety Cruises is where to come.
You were kind of telling me earlier that the ships are kind of, or the yachts, I should say, are a lot smaller than your typical, when you think of cruising.
Absolutely, we talk about our biggest ship, and our biggest ship's Variety Voyager, but that carries only 72 passengers. So, when we're talking small ships, we do really mean very small. The whole concept of the business is that it's supposed to feel like you're on holiday with your family and friends on a private yacht having a great time. So, we really work hard to make it feel like a family environment on board. It's very laid back, very casual, not really like a traditional cruise product.
Brilliant. And I suppose with those kind of smaller ships, you're probably getting into much more interesting ports.
Absolutely, that's the whole point. The ships are beautiful, don't get me wrong, they're absolutely beautiful, they're very comfortable, the crew on board are fantastic, but the holiday is all about the destination.
Right.
Because we can get into those small ports that bigger ships can't get into, we do try and take you off the beaten track a little bit. Right. So, we go to the hot spots, of course, we're a Greek company, so we will go to Mykonos and Santorini and Crete, but actually we'll take you to some really special places that you might not have heard of too. Probably my favourite itinerary is the unexplored Greece. So, in the UK and the Irish market, people know Greece, we sell it lots, we know it inside out. If you've got customers that have been to Greece many, many times and want to carry on going to Greece, but want to see something a little bit different, this is the cruise for them. So the ship that goes out there is Callisto, it's our smallest ship, and it's taking you to islands you might not have heard of. So Levitha Island, for example, is an island that we go to on unexplored Greece, and that's got one family that live on the island, and they rear goats. So you get to the island, you spend half a day there, you can go hiking, you can chill out on the beach, whatever you like, and the family open the restaurant up when a ship goes in.
Wow.
So that's how off the beaten track we're talking about with that sort of itinerary. If you want to do something a little bit more mixed, our Jewels of the Cyclades is probably our best-selling cruise, and that does go to Mykonos and Santorini, but it also goes to Folograndos, it goes to Simi, so you're really seeing the best of all sides of Greece there. But we're not just in Europe, we sail around the world, so but that gives you a good example of the kind of thing that we go to.
When it comes to, like the facilities on board, it being a smaller ship, but you were saying you still does a lot on board.
Yeah, it's very comfortable for people, but it's not all singing or dancing. So, if you've got customers that like to cruise and they like to go to the casino on an evening and go and see 6 or 7 different shops, it's not going to be for them.
Right.
Everything's very low key. So we will have, we sail in the Seychelles all year round, which is one of our best-selling destinations. We'll have a Creole night on board. We have music, we play music when people come back into the ship. We have a sail away party, but it's on a much smaller scale.
Right, yeah.
So there are things to do, but don't go expecting West End shows, don't go expecting casinos and things like that.
So Lisa, could you tell us a little bit about the board options on board?
Sure, so depending on where you sail, it can be either full board or half board. The reason for this, generally speaking as a rule of thumb, long haul you would say full board.
Okay.
In the Greek islands, with a couple of exceptions, we would only do a half board basis. The reason for that is the destinations, it's very, very port heavy. So if you sailed on our Jewels of the Cyclades, for example, we're going to overnight in 5 ports. We want you having your lunch on board, going out onto the islands, having an amazing time. If you're out in Mykonos, you're having a great time, why do you want to go back to the ship for your dinner? You could be finding a local taverna. You could be finding a family-run taverna in Simi. We don't want you to feel obliged to come back to the ship for your meals. We want you out there spending your money in the local community and having an amazing time and getting that cultural experience.
That sounds brilliant. It's more like a kind of nearly a floating boutique hotel.
Absolutely, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I think, we are a cruise line, but our customers aren't necessarily traditional cruise customers. So, we do have a lot of crossover with other small ship cruising, particularly with river cruising, I would say. But also a lot of our customers have never cruised before and don't like the idea of cruising, but when they see what we offer and that it is actually just a way of getting to lots of different places and actually spending a decent amount of time in those places, it's really appealing. If you've got Greek island hopping itineraries, absolutely perfect.
Great. And like when it comes to kind of pricing, this all sounds very lavish, very luxurious. Can you tell us maybe what the lead-in prices are like?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not as expensive as you might think. So, it's not a lead-in product. It's not a bucket and spade, cheap and cheerful.
Yeah.
But actually, if you want to do Greek islands, you can start a lead-in from around €2,500 per person.
Okay.
It's much cheaper to go long haul. As you imagine, the port taxes are much less, but obviously the flight prices balance that out. But for a Seychelles itinerary, for example, you can go sort of 2,100 per person.
Okay, great.
For a 7-night Seychelles cruise. The beauty of the Seychelles as well, we do a 7-night itinerary, but you can split that into a 3 or a 4 nights. So while the master cruise goes Mahe to Mahe, if you wanted to, you could do Mahe to Praslin or Praslin to Mahe in 3 and 4 nights. That of course brings the price down, and it's absolutely brilliant for cruise and stay.
Brilliant. And for the trade out there that want to find a little bit more about this amazing product?
Well, our website is the first place to start. We've got lots of content on there. We've got a fantastic image and brand library on the website that's free for you to use. We've got lots of video content, images, but please speak to me. I'm the person to speak to. I'm going to be out and about in Ireland in the coming weeks and months, coming over and meeting as many people as possible. I have an email address, lburton@varietycruisers.com, and I also have a Facebook page, which is Variety Cruisers Trade Partners. So please reach out to me, let me know what questions you've got, and I'd be more than happy to help.
That sounds brilliant. Thanks so much, Lisa.
Thank you very much.